And I got told by a bunch of subscribers to fix it. They're like, it's wrong, you need to fix it. And I'll tell you, living by yourself in the middle of the wilderness, if you don't want to do something, it doesn't get done. Like, it just doesn't, you know? No one's here to yell at me if I don't do it right. No one says, hey, you got to do this. I mean, basically, the only thing that tells me what to do is my dog, because he wants to go out. And, like, my cat won't even tell me anything. She'll just sit by the door, or she'll sit by her food bowl if it's empty. Like, she just sits there, and I have to pay attention to her to know. I'm not saying that that's a bad thing. I'm actually really happy with that about my life, but that's why I have bought now a second diesel heater. Things I know about the Duck River and the nature refuge that surrounds it. Fourth most biodiverse river in all of the world. First most biodiverse river in all of North America. There are more species of fish in this one river than all of the rivers added up in all of Europe. There are 60 freshwater mussel species, 22 species of aquatic snails, countless birds, otters. What I've noticed in the last week while I've lived in this watershed of the Duck River, it's complete nature. 100% animals all the time. No matter where you are, all you have to do is look and you'll see a fish, you'll see a bird, you'll see animals, every direction. And it's stunning. Look how beautiful this last week has been. Come join us. Check it out. So in the last 2 days, the water went from being, 2 feet on that tree right there where you can kind of see where the water line is, all the way down to being 2 feet below the shore. Ooh, those nails on that board. Four feet. 4 feet 2 inches. 4 feet 2 or 4 feet 4 inches. It's crazy. Regularly adjusting where the boat is becoming a daily thing with the water changes and levels here and there. So I moved base camp down there. It's a perfect walk on and off the boat. You don't even need a plank. Yeah, I'm excited to be there. And then in spring, we always have these big storms and these big rains. This little creek comes through this hillside and goes right and becomes a little waterfall right in front of that spot right there. Nothing overpowering where like a log would come hit the boat. But the first rain will push a bunch of leaves right there. Cricket, you can come up here. So we moved all the logs down there, got the generator down there. I set up my rocking chair. I'm going to sit down for like at least 2 hours. I'm going to watch the sun go from there to right there. Once the sun gets there, then I'll do something else. Until then, we're chilling. So I got cedar log. One of the subscribers pointed that out. That's not cypress. That's a cedar log. And that's why it smelled so good to me. And we're going to cut those up some point tonight. And then look at this walk on here. It's just almost the exact height of the land. You just have to step over that little gap. Which you want that gap so snakes and stuff don't crawl on the boat. Ooh. We got a fire going. We just had lunch. We made some tuna fish sandwiches. And I gotta tell you, it's a great day. I'm gonna sit right there and relax. He has had 3 ticks since we got here. Not that he doesn't deserve it. You definitely deserve ticks. Yeah, you do. He's treated. So it does not matter. She doesn't know whether she likes him or not sometimes. Alright, guys. We're going to stay here for one more day and see what happens with the water level. And then we're probably going to go to the other side of this lake. We're going to stay inside the Duck Nature Reserve, because it's nice and sunny and beautiful in here. But we're probably going to go to an island. I don't like the fact that River could, you know, if he ran a really long distance, there's a road back there and a cemetery and stuff like that. So, but it is more than a mile. It's like 1,500 meters, and I don't know how long a mile is, but I checked it out on Google Earth the other day.
To the devil and the devil did come. I said to the devil, devil, do you like drums? Do you like cigarettes down the nose? Rum? He said, only sundown, Sunday's Christmas. Some days end when I need a few friends. Now and again I could never hope to keep them. Thought to give friends what I thought that they wanted. Never had they needed a good friend as I've been. Don't get me venting on friends who resent you, cause all you've ever done is been a noose to hang on to. They thought was a necklace and reckless. They fell into hell where you both hang with nothing to do but scratch, kick, let gravity win. Like, fuck this, let gravity win. Like, you could leave it all behind. Even the devil needs time alone sometimes. You could let it all go. You could let it all go. It's called free fall.
Okay, so as the sun gets below the clouds, it gets to be more and more purple and more red. Look at that. The water is just red and purple. She thought about climbing that tree. Ah, get down. That's way too big of a tree. What are you thinking, dude? That's like, look at how tall that thing is. We don't do that. No, little trees. Little trees. That wasn't even funny. Get back on the boat. Oh, she's going after you. You're in trouble, River.
They thought was a necklace and reckless. They fell into hell where you both hang with nothing to do but scratch, kick, let gravity win. Like, fuck this, let gravity win. Like, you could leave it all behind.
It is 6:05 in the morning. The sun's about to come up. Pretty quiet. It's going to be 74 degrees today. I'm so excited. Kind of ecstatic about it. I wouldn't go in the boat. You're closed in. You should just take off running across the field, dude. Cricket, be nice to him. Run. Go. Run. Run. That was good. She cornered you. We just got done playing frisbee. That's how you know it's warm out. He ran around a little bit, and now he's got to swim. And that is my dog, and he'll be that way until next, probably November? No, don't do that. You're muddy. Let's go for a boat ride. Come on, get in the boat. So But yeah, the current and the wind are going in the same direction, and it is very, there's a lot of energy out here. There's a lot of wind. I'll tell you, we're not that far away from, if it was 10 degrees warmer, I would want my boat to be out here so I could feel this cool wind. We're pretty close to the point where I'm going to be looking for wind and staying in the shade. When you're at 75 degrees, not as far as dates, as far as temperature wise. Once you hit 85, you're looking for shade, you know. 90s, you're running the air conditioner at least a couple hours out of the day. River, get back in the boat. What did I tell you? It's low water, buddy. Get in the boat. Good boy. I'm gonna go drop him off on this island and let him run for a second. Pick him up on the other side. Get in the boat. Stay. Fell. Look how wavy it is here. He fell. That's not good. Oh, you alright, dude? That looked bad. That was a bad fall, man. Get in the boat. Come on. I know you're. Dude, he's just a tough dog. Like that didn't even faze him. Looked like a hard fall. I mean, it's soft material right there, but that's probably why he fell. That's not. That's all water. You see how it's floating? It probably wasn't land at all. There are some really nice boards in there, River. Look at that board right there. Look at that board. Huh. Alright, well. 2 of them. I don't know how we would get in there, probably from shore, we'll see.
Who am I to disagree? I'll travel the world and the 7 seas. Everybody's looking for something. Some of them want to use you. Some of them want to get used by you. Some of them want to abuse you. Some of them want to be abused. Sweet dreams are made of this. Who am I to disagree?
Look at how much he sinks. This was all underwater, the whole plate. It's gonna take weeks to come back from that at least. I mean, if it's 70 degrees every day, it's gonna come back in a week, but it's just mud right here now. Can't even be here. The spot we're in is really good for this type of weather, for spring. Kind look at him running. Alright, so our boat was parked and tied right next to that tree. Everything else was underwater last time. So we're, 8 feet lower than that total. Come on, Rib, let's go! Come on! Oh, good push pop, buddy. Yeah. In the boat. Get in the boat. In the boat, right now. This is us drifting just in the wind and the current, and we are kind of cruising. I don't care. I could probably go to my navionics. Alright, so we're going 2.1, 2.7. I mean, that's not, honestly, that's 1 mile an hour slower than my houseboat goes under motor power. So, alright, let's go back and let's see. Get in the boat. Get in the boat, dude. Okay, so this is where it starts to get complicated and people start asking questions. It's like, do you really live out on the river? If you go to a marina, how do you go to the marina? If you live out on the river, those kind of questions. Well, years and years ago, for $5,000, I bought a very derelict classic sailboat, and I have lovingly restored it, and I keep it here for $105 a month. With that $105, it's right there, by the way, it's that sailboat right there. With that $105 a month, I get 2 parking spots, I get access to the bathroom, the laundry, access to water. I have, my boat is plugged in, so there's a heater in it running. The sailboat has a heater on it. And then there's some other stuff. So with that $105, I can drive this little dinghy, park it next to my sailboat, or I put it on the courtesy docks or park it at a dock, and then I get in my pickup truck and I drive wherever I want with my pickup truck. So that's the first step of getting my mail, is coming here. You cannot have your mail delivered here because you are not technically allowed to live here. You have to have an address somewhere else, which means you have to leave this place for 2 weeks every single year with your boat. That's the rules. 2 weeks a year you have to leave. That's the rule here. It's not the rule for every marina. But anyways, we're coming up to the sailboat. You can see River gets excited because he lived in it for years, and he tries to jump in it every time we go by it. I named it after my parents. It's the Barbara Williams. It has 6 beds. Sleep 6 people. A little more than 40 gallons of fresh water. Complete kitchen, bathroom, master bedroom, fireplace. Yeah, I love that boat. But it stays here. And that's my other dinghy that has a hole in it. It still floats because it's a dinghy. Inflatable dinghy. Alright, and there's my truck. Now we're going to get in the truck and go to my mailbox. So I just come up. All these roads, they're private roads and they go a couple miles up into the hills, but they don't. Trucks don't come back there. Right here, so here we go. So they always have this little box at the bottom of the hill with all the mailboxes. That's where I get my stuff delivered. Now back to the dinghy. Made some tea, and I had some leftover chicken that I put into my stew. And I gotta tell you, it really turned out awesome. It's a good way to heat it up. I was not gonna do a video on the diesel heater. In fact, if you look at, I've had 2 diesel heaters, and I did one video on them, and then I'll show you what I did afterwards. But I opened this one up, and I am impressed. I haven't even used it. Look at, it comes with, there's gloves in here. The way this hooks up, where it spins on and it's not an actual, a metal band that goes around it and tightens down. This is so much better. Look at, there's actual connections, positive and negative. Every other heater I have, it's just at the end of the wire's cut off. River, we're not going anywhere. Look at, it comes with a 10 millimeter. Look at that. Look at that, a 10 millimeter. What are you missing? If you open up your socket set, what are you missing on your socket set? Guarantee it's a 10 and a 7 and a 16th, right? The air filter is better. You can see it. It's actually clear, so you can see that it needs to be changed or worked at. And you just unscrew it to change it. All right. I've looked at this more, and I'm even a little bit more impressed. Don't know why they give you this, and I read all the... Okay, the manual here is thick as heck, but only the first 4 or 5 pages are English, and there's just lots of language translations in here, and the actual directions to put it together are, I mean, that's pretty much all you need to know right there. The other thing is, look at the hookups for the positive and the negative. It's just a screw on. That's awesome. It's not like a stupid little clip where you have to, yeah, you get what I'm saying. All right, so that's the directions. They want it to be 90 degrees up and down and back and forth. And air intake and inlet valves. That's if you need to mark the holes to do that. But the drill bit that they give you is not big enough for that. They do give you a, look at this, a 8 millimeter, which is what you use to screw the thing down. Yeah, that's it. It does say cut holes using the saw. So this is what it's indicating. Use this and then use a saw. Start the holes with this and then use a saw. As far as putting your exhaust through the floor of your car. But I don't do that. I just raise the thing up and put it on my deck. So we're going to do that. Air intake is here. Exhaust is here. You connect those two, put 4 bolts on it, turn it back up so it's right side up. This is the air filter. This is the air vent that comes out. And then, oh yeah, you just put this on. Right, so that tube, 1, 2, 3 tubes connected, 4 screws, fill it up with diesel, screw the muffler down, and turn the thing on. And it doesn't have batteries in the remote control, which I don't like, but whatever, it is what it is. All right, so we are not even 10 minutes, and it's, you know, where I would be putting it together here. I think what I'm going to do is cut this block. Basically, what they want is for me to drill through this floor and run the exhaust onto the floor, and I just don't want to do that in the boat. So we're going to I'm going to cut this block in half and raise it up so it's off the deck, and then mount it. And it'll be where it is. That's going to be with the wood blocks. There's a couple of things I've learned. If you're going to mount the wood blocks like this, don't put them against the wall because you want the water to get through and drain out. I made that mistake over there. So now, and then the thumping, that doof, 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 is louder if the heater is touching the wall. So if you move it away from the wall just an inch, you get away from that thumping going through the wall as much from this. So this is the bit that came with it, which is pretty cool. And there's little rubber washers. I don't know if that's going to make it quieter. I doubt it. I doubt it, but it is what it is. And then, here's my problem. And I've kind of done this a bunch of times. It's supposed to mount like this, right? Okay, well, why is the hardware up here to mount it? Why is the hardware not at the bottom? Because it's supposed to go through the floor and stick to the bottom of the car. I'm going to follow the directions and maybe put a piece of wood off of there to screw it to. We'll see. Basically, this is a drip hole for condensation, and I think that's what went wrong on my last heater. I had it like this. Rain and condensation came in and wrecked it, is my guess. But it's pretty obvious that that's what happened. And I got told by a bunch of subscribers to fix it. They're like, it's wrong, you need to fix it. And I'll tell you, living by yourself in the middle of the wilderness, if you don't want to do something, it doesn't get done. Like, it just doesn't, you know? No one's here to yell at me if I don't do it right. No one says, hey, you got to do this. I just hit the power on button. I just mounted the muffler, basically screwed it into place. I will probably at some point I don't know, I'll come out and check and see if the floor is getting hot. Heat usually rises and it's usually not a problem, but I'll take a look at it, make sure it's not too close. But we have heat again, and it's much quieter. So it's not running right now. I'll make a tape with it running so you can hear it, but oh, it just kicked on. We're outside. To me, the noise is so much quieter with this new unit, and when I'm inside, it's even more quiet because this doesn't come through the windows at all. Look at that sunset. Look at River wants to go. Alright, I'm gonna go take my dog somewhere. I barely even hear it when I'm inside. Like, do you even hear it in the background? If you watch the last 10 of my videos, all you hear is dunk, 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 dunk in the background because it's the heat, and I mean, it's there, but so much quieter. Kind of just watching the end of the sunset here, sitting in my rocking chair on my front deck. I'm playing frisbee with River. He's finally kind of calmed down a little bit. Cricket's running around. I got a couple of beers left. And it's Friday night. So I'm gonna pretty much sit right here for probably another hour and a half until it gets cold, and then I'm gonna turn on the new diesel heater. Go inside and I'm gonna put on a movie, but I'm gonna fall asleep right away. I'm pretty tired right now already. 72 degrees today and sunny from like 8 o'clock in the morning until it's still, I mean, I would consider it still up. It's just behind the trees, but it's there. In fact, you know, I might take River for a ride, but I hate, the only thing is when Cricket's out having fun on the island, I don't want to make her ever come inside. I kind of wait till she comes in. So we'll see. If she wants to watch the sun go down out here, we'll let her. I take that back. I put her inside all the time when she's acting naughty or there's danger or something, but typically, like, what's the point of doing anything other than what I'm doing right now? Just sitting here. There's no real better alternative. This is perfect. I think, yeah, I put WD-40 on my rocking chair and now you don't hear it squeak. I like the whole thing's working out. Yeah. Oh, she set off the light. That's the parts for the diesel heater that I threw away. I didn't throw it away. I have it in back, but I'm going to throw it away. I'm not going to keep a bunch of diesel heaters on the boat. I don't have room. So if she goes inside, I'll take River somewhere. It's warm enough that the bugs are back. They're not full, it's not like it's summertime noise where it's just overwhelming. But they're back. Let's see how loud I have to say the word boat ride for him to see it. Maybe taking River for a boat ride would be good. Wanna go for a boat ride? Yeah? Wanna go for a boat ride? Cut up pork steak, glazed onions with a creamy peppercorn sauce. So there's this bright star that's been there. It's always there first. The first star I see at night is right there. I pretty much did a child rhyme, but yeah, that's every time. Huge and bright. Just missed a jumping fish.